Well, welcome and thank you for coming into the channel. Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist, Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. We're at saying number 18, Proverbs 23, verse 26. My son, my child, give me your heart, and let your eyes delight in my ways. The reason for this is we're made to be monogamous. We're made to spiritually be one with our Creator and intimately to be one with the person that we're with. We're not to swap and change and shift around and come and go and all the rest of it. No. That's not healthy for our psyche. Our psyche is designed to have a monogamous relationship spiritually, a monogamous relationship psychologically and physically. The spiritual relationship we have with our Creator helps our body. The monogamous relationship we have and our spirit relationship with our partner helps our spirit and our psyche. And it all works together. When you start triangulating yourself in relationships and things, it's abuse. It's self-abuse. You can choose to abuse yourself and cause trauma for yourself, or you can choose to treat yourself right in a monogamous way. My son, my child, give me your heart. Now, the reason why also the Lord wants our heart is to help us to guide ourselves through life. We don't guide ourselves very well. We use people, we abuse people, we triangulate people, we get flying monkeys and listen to what they say about people. We undermine our own intimate relationships if we're not careful. We need to be aware that we need the Lord to guide our heart. Why would we need the Lord to guide our heart? I remember just here somewhere. Jesus said in Mark 7:20, what comes out of a person is what defiles a person. For from within the heart of people come evil thoughts, sexual immorality, theft, murder, adultery. That's when you play up and you're married. That's when you just have sex outside an exclusive relationship. Greed, wickedness, deceit, debauchery, envy, slander, arrogance, and foolishness. All these evils come from within. They're in us, and these are what defile us. A lot of us don't realize this. That's why when we give the Lord our heart, we get our way through life a lot safer. It says, I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. This is what happens when you come to the cross. When you become saved, you are filled with the Holy Spirit. You say, what do you mean, Reverend? Here, when the Holy Spirit descended, I'm sure this is it, Jesus promised when he ascended, but you will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes upon you, and you will be witnesses. And then, in Romans 8, now I'm going off memory now, goodness, I hope I get this right, come on, Romans chapter 8, here we go. The whole chapter. Those who live according to the sinful nature, the heart, just at the mercy of their own heart, set their minds on the things of the flesh. And we read what they were. Evil thoughts, reckless sex, theft. That can be theft of somebody's intimacy, murder, adultery, etc. And then those who live according to the Spirit set their minds on the things of the Spirit, which is what we want to do. That's why we need to give the Lord our heart, because then the things of the Spirit, as you all know, we're getting into it now, love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Okay, as opposed to evil thoughts, sexual immorality, theft, murder, adultery, and those types of things. That's why we need to give the Lord our heart. And let your eyes delight in His ways. Well, that's what you're doing now. If you're watching this, you're trying to learn His ways. Now, a prostitute's something that you voluntarily choose to engage, and it's not going to go well for you. Because whilst they're necessary, I believe there is a necessity for prostitutes, whoever decides to be one out there. The problem with it is, again, it comes back to monogamy. We're not designed to share ourselves with more than one person. And for the prostitute, they're constantly giving themselves to the spirit and soul of different men. And they end up with personality disorders and schizophrenia. They hear voices, and terrible things happen to prostitutes. It's a thankless job, and it's a deep pit. It just gets deeper and darker. Now, when you make contact with a prostitute, you're allowing a bomb to come into your soul. It's a bomb of all different personalities and characters and things that have entered her. You're making yourself subject to that, and you'll end up going into a deep pit yourself. I guarantee it. Something will go wrong in your mind and in your psyche. So choose very wisely what you're about to do. That's why you need to give your heart to the Lord. Right? Become celibate until you meet the right person. Don't come out of a relationship and jump onto the dating sites and continue down that deep pit. No. You can if you want, but good luck with that. It's just a narrow well that you can't get out of. You just date. See, a lot of people run around just having sex with whoever they can. And in the end, they end up on their own, bitter, twisted. They think there's no glory in it. Because there's no life in it. You're getting deeper and darker, and it narrows in on you. Okay? And you can't protect yourself from that unless you've given your heart to the Lord. And you wait for somebody that you can have an exclusive relationship with. That's where the self-reward system is. There's delight in that. But once you get into this darkness, it's a narrow well. The prostitute is voluntary. They're just there, available to whoever comes along. The adulteress is a whole different kettle of fish as well. But if you're aware that somebody's betraying their husband and you engage that person, you're a fool. An absolute fool. Because the Bible warns that can go really bad for you. This woman's already showing that she's got no faithfulness. At least at that point. I've had women do this to me. They lose their way. They meet some. It's never worked for them. ever, not once. They get a moment of payback, whatever their unresolved is. That's how unresolved works usually. They'll sleep with somebody else. I've met women that have done that to their partners just to get them back, and then they've gone back. But it's all a narrow well. It doesn't produce anything. It's destructive. It harms children. It harms the people involved. And these people know they're doing it. They're robbing the heart. They're robbing the delight. They're making it a misery. And these covert sexual narcissists, they will multiply. I've had women say to me, I want as many men as I can get. And I thought, well, good luck to you. They just multiply the faithless. These are the women whose eyes go black. Their eyes will go black, and then you know it's time to get out. Once their eyes go black, the narcissistic black eyes, you know that you're with somebody that's been a phony. And I've seen this a couple of times, and I knew the end was drawing near. It's a deep pit. It's a narrow well. You're going to allow these people to rob you. They're waiting for you to come along, and they're going to cause you to be faithless against yourself, possibly against your wife, but most of all against your Creator. You have to beware that your heart is full of evil, and there's a sum up of it. Or you can turn to the fruit of the Spirit, which is love, joy, peace, which is the way I'm going. I'm not going to do triangulation and all this horrible stuff that people do to you anymore. Stay out of the deep pit. Stay away from the narrow well. Don't be robbed. Don't be lied to. Wait. These people are the masses, and they're faithless, and they're everywhere. I'm Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist. I hope that helps you. Thank you for joining me, and bye for now.